Welcome everyone, thanks for joining us for today's episode of Canal Days. As always, I'm your host Carrie, along with my co-host, founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Camus. Our Canal Days series delves into the vast collection of historical sites throughout Massachusetts, with Robert's expertise of the local history as our personal guide. Each episode we uncover history throughout local communities, with historic houses, meaningful monuments, preeminent pivotal pioneers, and remarkable remaining remnants, all while uncovering their seminal significance. Today's episode of Canal Days will be canvassing the Court Square Historic District in Springfield, Massachusetts. Can you inform us of what one can find inside of the Court Square?
You can find many things, including a Civil War memorial for the men that lost their lives during the course of that war. You're also going to be able to find inside of there, in that group, a ministerial group, and then lastly, you're going to find a series of memorials devoted to the other wars the United States fought in. Now, at the very back of the Court Square District, there's the first church congregational, which this edition that you see in front of you was built in 1816, but Court Square was a location for three previous editions, and the very first edition was, about a quarter mile away, but very close. There's also on the very edge of it the Hampton County Courthouse, which is very important. It's a Henry Hobson Richardson designed building made out of white granite, so it's quite gorgeous. So there's a lot to see within this beautiful Court Square.
And can you describe what the Civil War memorial is like?
It's a very big statue made by Melzar Musselman, a national known sculptor based in Chicopee, Massachusetts, and he did a great job. The pedestal itself is quite gorgeous. It has a list of many of the wars that the Northern forces fought in during the war. And then there's plaques around the four sides of it. And one of the sides is the Gettysburg Address. And the other sides just note what Springfield gave. They gave many, many men to service, and many men died from Springfield. Springfield was very active during the Civil War just because the National Armory was here, and they supplied the guns, which were very effective. So that monument is the head of the Court Square, but anything behind it is still wonderful.
And we'll be right back after a few quick words. Are you fascinated by local history and eager to investigate the obscure treasures off the beaten path throughout the state of Massachusetts? Or maybe just seeking an unforgettable cultural activity for family and friends to enjoy? Look no further than Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, founded by Robert Camus. With over a decade of experience, Robert offers captivating tours and presentations of historic sites and landmarks throughout the state. Whether you're interested in canals, cemeteries, charming churches, and more, Robert's tours provide a unique and enriching experience for all. And that's not it. You can also schedule private tours tailored to your interest, ensuring a personalized adventure and unforgettable memories. Perfect for families or groups of all sizes, making for an exciting hands-on learning experience that brings history to life. Simply visit holyokecanaltour.org or email bobcat4214, to book your private tour today. But wait, there's more. Don't miss out on Robert's podcast and video series, Canal Days, where you can dive even deeper into the vital history of the Connecticut River Valley. Plus, for those who may not be local or would rather enjoy on the go or from the comfort of their home, Canal Days brings the adventure right to your screen. So don't miss out. Uncover the pivotal past with historical tours of Greater Holyoke to make your own history with memories that will last a lifetime. Remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org for more information and secure your personalized experience today. Welcome back to our Canal Days episode of the Court Square Historic District in Springfield, Massachusetts. And can you explain what the municipal group is?
It's three structures in a row, and they're quite gorgeous. They were made in 1912. They're civic buildings, and as you walk through Court Square, the first one you meet closest to Main Street is Springfield City Hall. Not used anymore for that reason. It's more of an annex. But it's made in the classical style. It's a mirror image of the Symphony Hall, which is a little further down the street. And it was made to glorify what Springfield was. It was an extremely rich city in 1912 because of all it had, and it was a center of a lot of activity. So these buildings are not as beautiful as they should be, but they're still decent enough to make a quite an eye appeal within Court Square. The next one along is the clock tower. It's about 100 feet tall, and on it are four clocks in each of those four sides. It served well for many years, but even it is having some problems recently. It needs some repairs. And that's between Symphony Hall and City Hall. And so lastly comes Springfield Symphony Hall. That's where the Springfield Symphony Orchestra would have played for decades and decades. Also made in 1912, as all three of these are. The building is still used for events, musical events, comedies, shows, and thus you can still go inside there. It holds about 2,400 people at maximum. And so Springfield's very fortunate to have this beautiful group of buildings and still in decent shape.
And do you think the area is well taken care of?
Oh, yes, and they continue to add to it. They've added memorial stones for each of the wars, and the greenery is always well taken care of. And it makes a nice rectangular structure with the church, war memorials, and courthouse in the back. A couple of retail establishments that are very old along one side, municipal group along the other side. And towards the front, you have the Civil War monument and a statue also of Miles Morgan, put up by one of his descendants, probably J.P. Morgan. That's my guess. And everything is well taken care of. There's a nice pavilion, the nice little bell tower, and the beautiful arrangement of everything is itself an eye appeal. Thank you.
And thanks for listening to Canal Days and our episode on the Court Square in Springfield, Massachusetts, and joining us on our journey through the rich history of the Connecticut River Valley. We hope you enjoyed uncovering some of the hidden and overlooked marvels and their fascinating stories that shaped our past in the state of Massachusetts. A special thanks to Robert Camus, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, for sharing his passion and expertise with us. Remember, you can find more information about Robert's tours, book private tours, and explore Canal Days video and podcast series at holyokecanaltour.org. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions for future episodes. Don't forget to keep exploring and discovering the history that is hidden in plain sight all around us. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to tune in to our next episode of Canal Days